Fred, have you had a chance to go to Tebow's?
Oh, no, I was gonna do that this weekend.
Okay, good, because they've been
I
asking.
kind of figured that was gonna be the case.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, no, all right. I've got it on the agenda, but
Okay.
I'll keep it there for next time.
All right, well, it's 7 o'clock. The meeting is called to order. Manifest.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the manifest for April 24th.
Second. Okay, all those in favor?
All right.
Aye. The only thing we had.
Okay. I was not here for the last meeting, so,
We noticed.
yeah. I was on the beach at Hampton,
Yeah.
freezing.
It's all right.
No,
Come
I
on.
wasn't. I was working, but I wasn't at the beach.
I thought you might be putting the sand back.
No,
So I'd suggested to Jane that she put on election, since we've,
oh, of a new chair and vice chair.
We never really elected a vice chair after Kate left.
right. I'll make a motion to elect Pete
Oh, we're
as
on that,
chairman.
okay, election?
A second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Vice chair. Who wants to be vice? You can't be, right? Or you can be,
I can't be chair.
but you can be vice chair. All right. Well, I'll make a
And Greg's
nomination.
not here.
And Greg's not here, so. I didn't talk to Greg today, so
I don't know if it's coming.
if you want to wait on the vice chair, we can, or we can do it tonight. It's up to you guys. It doesn't matter to me.
You know if he's coming tonight?
I doubt it, because if he's coming, he'd be here by now, because usually he's early.
Usually.
Yeah, and
No, we can
if
wait.
he's out of town,
We can wait, see if he wants it.
yeah, we'll see if he wants to be chair,
Vice chair.
vice chair.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're just gonna do the chair.
Okay. Although, Bill Perrin called me, and he said he would like to be an alternate,
Oh, okay.
okay?
That's good.
So I guess he was in the hospital for a little while.
Oh, really?
So that's why he called me last week
Mm-hmm.
to talk about something, and he said he didn't want to be an alternate, so, does he need to be here?
Doesn't have to be here. no.
No. So we can make a motion
Yeah.
for him to be an alternate, and then you guys have to approve it, right, the select board?
And usually,
You just look at it.
Yeah, we just look, we sign it, but really, it's.
you have to
It's
sign
us.
the oath of, the oath.
Right.
Yeah.
I
and
usually
then-
submit a letter advising that the
Yeah.
board, and I don't think
Okay.
it's ever been,
So,
But the selectmen don't make well, I have to remind people at times, so the selectmen don't make that appointment.
right,
The
we're
planning
making the appointment, they just know about it,
yeah,
basically.
and
So-
Kelly can.
I make a motion, we make Bill Perrin a
Alternate,
alternate.
okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Is that for a 3-year term?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what we usually, okay.
okay. Is Rick still an alternate already?
He is, and I believe he's got another couple of years. I think he
Okay,
was just
so then we're all
appointed
set with him.
He was appointed last year, I believe. I checked that, so just to be sure, but, yeah, he's all set for another couple of years.
Okay.
So if you've got Bill and Rick, at least we got 2 alternates.
Right.
So do you want to do the minutes, or
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you guys can
you
do
got?
the minutes.
Yeah, they look pretty good to me. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 10th.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
All right.
Okay. Okay,
So
great.
Cruising right along.
I got a question. I heard today, and I don't know how true it is, or you might know, you might have heard something about it, that they want to implement a federal tax on water line infrastructure
Yeah.
for 36%.
Huh?
36% tax.
Because this has come up with Penachuk.
That is who
Project
told
in
the
Litchfield.
person, exactly. That's how I found out about it. 36%.
This is in the new tax cut thing. that
Well,
passed last year?
36% doesn't fly because that basically will shut down
Yeah.
everything,
Exactly.
everything.
So literally 36%.
That's what he was told. Maybe the number's wrong, but even 10% is a lot. Because if you take a $500,000 water line, that's a $50,000 tax, and that's gonna get turned on or back to whoever's buying the water.
Yeah.
Doesn't every fee and tax?
Well, I know, it's just foolishness.
I looked at my telephone bill, $15.54 in fees and taxes.
Yep.
I said, I'm writing to Congress and the House.
Oh, they don't care. Because they like that money, 'cause they get to
It's
spend it.
hidden. No, it's hidden.
Oh, I
They
know,
don't-
but I mean, when I heard that, I'm going like, okay, so
That
nuts.
doesn't make any sense
it,
at all.
it does sound completely foolish, but there's lots of foolishness that comes
Yeah.
out of that area.
Exactly.
So, but I mean, what's the justification? What are you gonna do with that much money
Yeah.
across the country? What are they gonna use to do? What, are they gonna clean the ocean?
No, they gotta clean Detroit.
That too. But they need to clean Washington. I'm sure there's plenty of crap in that river down there.
I don't know who the hell came up with that and that.
Well, I mean,
tax
if
cut.
that is the actual percentage, that's just complete
Oh, yeah.
foolishness.
Like you say, it will shut everything down.
It would just shut everything
Yeah.
down. But they want, and if they actually were to pass it, they want to go retroactive to the beginning of the year.
It makes you realize why Pennachuck sold.
Well, they're not gonna go out of business.
No, no.
What's gonna happen is, there won't be any more new development.
No, right.
I mean, if that's what they're trying to do is curb development, that will do it.
Well, this new project that the state is putting money into for the water line to go through Derry to Plastow and Salem and.
From
Wyndham.
Manchester Water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be subject to this thing, this.
if it
tariff
were to
too.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but that means that
Who's
everybody in
putting it
those
in?
towns would have to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Who's putting it in, Pete? National or?
Well, the pipe probably hasn't been put out to bid yet because it's not completely approved.
No, they've held off
Yeah,
to find out what the story on this is.
because, well, first of all, Manchester Waterworks water at this particular point is finite from the lake. But they have a service charge that they put on everybody that hooks into their system for the eventuality that they are taking
Big
the
bucks,
water
yeah.
from the
Oh,
river.
yeah.
So eventually, they intend to take water from the Merrimack River. But if you looked at it today, you'd be going, it's a little brown. But, I mean, they can clean anything, but it's just a matter of, let's face it, when you control water, you control a lot.
Well, they've got a new bankside well where they're, I get radials going out from it and on the west side of the Merrimack.
The city, Waterworks,
Yeah,
Manchester
they
Waterworks?
just put it in.
Yeah, because I saw some stuff about that. It went out for bid that had some stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Too.
you gotta have water.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, you gotta have water. Because
Do you
people like to
realize-
wash their driveways.
When I served on the Southern Planning Commission
Drives me nuts.
in the 70s, early 80s, we were cleaning the Merrimack River. All of the grants were coming in to get the
Yeah.
sewer out of it.
Well,
And
Park
the
did a lot of
last,
sewer work in the city to get the separation of the drainage and the sewer.
Right.
well, the last portion, Jim Tethers was working on it, was the, is it Piscataqua that comes
Piscataqua
out of
River.
Goffstown?
It comes out of Goffstown.
That was the last one that had to be done.
Well, there's a lot of water. They got that really big dam over there in Goffstown. If that dam was gone, no more Glen Lake.
Right.
But, yeah, if they implement some sort of even 5% is a lot,
Yeah.
because you gotta think, it's the whole country. Now, there's also a huge price difference between a 6-inch water line and a 24.
Oh, yeah.
Or a 50.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hope they're not that naive to think that this is a healthful thing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's foolishness. Obviously, we gotta have clean water, but, there are other ways of doing it without, I mean, as it is, people in their mind pay a lot of money for water,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Well, they've got a real problem though out west because,
Well, you know they're doing out west, and like particularly on the Pacific side, is that they're actually taking out dams that used to help the farmers grow, you know, their crops and cattle and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And particularly like California, Washington, and Oregon, they're taking a lot of dams out, so there's not as much water left anymore. And there's really nothing that the farmers or anybody can do, because the state controls it.
Yeah.
And, well, it's like the Colorado River doesn't reach,
Oh, yeah.
The
It's
ocean.
crazy.
so, I mean, and even in New Hampshire, we've been taking a lot of dams out,
Mm-hmm,
you know, because nobody, costs money to maintain,
right.
but, you know, it's like, you think about it and go like, well, that dam was never there, so it created wetlands,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess now are they still gonna be wetlands when the water's not there anymore?
No,
You know,
oh, yeah.
so,
there was a really interesting show on PBS about the Colorado River and how much water it provides right down through to New Mexico.
and, I guess they were showing pictures of the water behind the Hoover Dam. Like, it's like down.
Oh, how much it's
40,
dropped. Oh, yeah,
50
it's crazy.
feet.
Jeez.
It's not there,
Yeah.
you know? But they also said that there's a massive sediment backup behind the dam as well.
Right. And it figured that,
So how do you clean that?
dredge it out.
No, you know what you do? You call the Chinese and have them come in with one of those ships so they can pump that all the way over to those islands they're making in the South China Sea.
We'll probably make an island off of California. or
Yeah,
something
that would
like
go closer. Yeah. So, I mean,
Wonder if our Mr. Cross is even coming.
Did you see the show where the Chinese are filling these plastic water tanks in the Great Lakes and dragging them up through the St. Lawrence, through the ocean,
for what?
to sell in Arabia, and they're taking the water
Well, they
over
bring in
to
the milfoil too. Oh, but
It was unbelievable, I saw it. I said,
oh, it doesn't, and nothing surprises me anymore. We're probably helping them pump the water in the tanks. Sure, come on over. We'll help you. Well,
just wonder how much that water must be worth when it gets there.
Yeah,
it's expensive water. But, well, we'll wait till
Whatever.
7:15.
You want to take up Southern New Hampshire?
With Fran?
Yeah, well, Fran's not.
Okay,
Bob-
so Fran
Bob
doesn't-
said he was interested.
Who was that?
Bob.
Bob, so you would like to be a rep?
Fran called me and asked me if I was interested, and I said yes.
Okay,
oh, okay, great.
that's good.
I have to be reappointed.
Okay, so I'm reappointing you.
We have to have a vote.
Who do
Okay,
we
well,
know?
I voted. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
I'll make a motion to.
Excuse me.
Appoint me and also Bob to
Bob.
the Southern Hampshire Planning Commission as representatives.
okay. Second?
I second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so
All
who,
set?
That's it. So
Okay.
so the selectmen don't need to be noticed?
Yes, they do.
They do,
We,
okay.
we nominate and they
Oh, yeah.
appoint.
Okay, Dick, yeah,
Okay.
Deerfield, I see the letter. Okay, so I'll send a memo to them that that was
We're
done.
good?
Okay. Your term doesn't expire till the end of June anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, it's 18 though.
Yeah, I know, it says 18, so it expired
Oh,
last
I
year.
just noticed
Yeah.
18.
I saw that too, I went,
Kind of late.
oh, well.
We don't have two representatives. Okay. All right, Mr. Cross is here now,
Okay.
okay?
All right. That's 7:15.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, in accordance, we have a conceptual meeting.
Conceptual, it's not. a-
Conceptual meeting,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not a.
I'm reading the wrong one, I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Okay,
That's 8
Mr.
o'clock.
Cross, take it away, what do you have?
All right. Our
me if I stumble through it, but my engine, because it's only conceptual, maybe it's been weaker, so he sent me along.
To represent, yeah.
So I have 2 copies of stuff that I actually went over with Sylvia, so I don't know how you would like to do that.
That's all right, put them right in the center of the table.
Working the other way, with a big roll, so we're gonna do that. And so these two particular drawings are the yield plan drawing, and then the proposed subdivision. And, if I don't wrinkle it all up. And then I actually have other drawings too, because the engineer kept on doing work that I can show you that has more details, if you want it at this point. So this is the actual subdivision proposal. I have 2 copies of it, so I can put that out there. That's the one that I was going through with Sylvia. She made a bunch of notes. I wish I could try to remember exactly what all those words meant. She knew she wasn't gonna be able to be here. And this is, an overview of the yield plan. A lot of the color was her, because she was trying to see things.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so she was just tracing some of the topography lines so that she could kind of see it a little bit clearer.
So that's a conventional yield plan.
That's a conventional yield plan for the lots, and that would be the open space plan.
Now, is this lot
This
part
is-
of it?
This is me,
Okay,
so this is a separate lot,
okay.
okay? So this is where I live currently, down off of Thurston Pond Road.
So the only comment that I'd end up, well, let's see. So, would you be adding to this one? Because the regulations call for a 100-foot buffer from from Mount Delight to the lots in here.
That's a 1 inches 100 scale.
Yeah, so that's probably 100.
Yeah, so you got 100 there.
But the question would end up being Mr. Cross would own all of this.
Oh, I
and
see what
not-
you're saying.
He doesn't own the buffer.
Yeah, so I know that came up in conversation with Sylvia. It's, obviously I own that land there. Whether or not we have to shift things around, move lines, I can do whatever, or if I can just get a variance for that particular one.
Because the only thing is that in the future, there was, you could do whatever you wanted to in here, and we wouldn't have that buffer that's called for in the regulation. So from a standpoint of doing the subdivision, you could couple that with a lot line adjustment and just draw a new line in here. So, and
Yeah,
reduce,
just bring this over.
yeah, and just,
Oh, you want the 100-foot buffer over here as well?
yeah, there's supposed to be a buffer to him too. I don't know what,
I think that was 50, wasn't it?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think that's a 50-foot
Yeah.
buffer. That's
So the
right.
line would come like that, something like that. So you'd just be cutting off this little L-shaped piece in here and retaining the rest of it.
Yeah, I know when I was talking, I think she roughly was drawing, that's what that I think was.
Okay, yeah.
You could add a buffer there,
Yep.
to keep that the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that would
If
work.
I can't have a variance, then yeah, we can just change that around.
Well, you'd have
Do a
to,
lot line
like,
adjustment.
if you were gonna do something, you'd have to claim that nothing would ever happen to the land,
Mhm.
which you're better off just to move the.
Just to
Yep.
draw the line in
Draw the
there,
line
so
and-
be done with it.
This is going to be,
You said you had more drawings as well?
Yeah, he's got some, this, after I talked to Sylvia on this, everything looks pretty good. He went ahead and started doing some engineering on the road.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The runoff sight lines, placement of the lots, probably a little bit more specific. So I have those too, if you'd like to see
Yeah,
those.
sure, let's take a look at them. Especially since he's already done the work, you don't want him to keep going down the road. If we
No.
can, if we can
Yeah, right.
find something right now that we,
Yeah, well, I knew this was gonna be a conceptual, but I brought these just in case.
okay?
My engineer is Paul Nichols, he lives up in Bar Harbor, Maine.
Bar Harbor, Maine.
Yeah, so I've known him for 25 years.
Jeez.
You know, he did the original topography and all this
Mhm.
surveying for me when I bought the land. And he still will do stuff for me, but on his timeline. And his timeline is kind of like this. Winter work, this is internal winter work.
Mhm.
Now it's not winter. So he did as much as he could before he goes outdoors, and then he goes outdoors. So I didn't even really look at these, so I don't have an awful lot, other than I know just my discussion with him.
Okay, well, that's similar to this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
similar to that.
That's just the
That's
overlay.
And
just
all the
over-
topo.
Yep,
That's actually, this is.
Yeah, right.
and so this, I'm assuming, has to do with the road runoff and the whole engineering part of the road.
Yeah. And he's also got some of your house lots done too, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, he's got them all, you know, fitting them in, hidden the regulations and all, he's kind of placed them. This is pretty accurate.
Yeah, so he's got swales
Yeah.
coming down both sides,
Yeah.
go into the center of the cul-de-sac.
Yep.
Catch into a drain and then out a riprap swale.
Yep.
You know, all the drainage coming in from Mount Delight.
Yeah, see the swale tie
Yeah.
in?
This is
This
pretty
is
high.
actually, yeah,
This goes down and down.
well, that's Thurston Pond Road right there?
Yes,
So it's not real high right here, this whole area was, it's kinda,
Right,
it's not the cliff, that's
Right.
up here.
that's right.
Yeah.
right.
So there's, obviously the runoff is here, but looks like, but a lot of it probably makes it into here before it gets down to there.
It does, because
Mhm.
this is high. This
Yeah.
is higher than that, so all water runoff
Right.
is flowing that way.
Yeah.
And this is pretty flat all through here in the
Yeah.
right corner.
So whatever comes in is from where the road
Yeah,
is.
right.
So you got 524, 524, 524, and the road's 524 right there, so it's pretty flat in the intersection. And and he's got his sight line in.
Yeah, and there's another drawing that goes through, that was the yield plan.
Yeah.
The other drawing that goes through
Site,
the,
right here.
site,
Right.
there you go, there.
Well, that's actually the road.
Profile.
Yeah. That would be a line of sight. So he's got 400 feet.
Actually, it's coming out at a high point?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah, he's got 400 feet either way.
Yeah,
And what, 400 feet's good for what, 70?
not quite that fast.
Not 70, but, yeah, that's
But
good.
yeah, that's good.
That's real good.
Yeah, where he's got you coming out,
Yep.
it's, you know, because if you can't end up coming out down here, you wouldn't have the sight distance back in that way,
Right.
that direction. But coming out right there at that high point, you're fine.
So are you
it
planning on
actually sits pretty
clearing these trees? Is that what it is?
Probably
Or,
would clear those trees.
Okay.
Well, he assumes that they would have to be cleared.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to gain the sight line.
There's probably, yeah, I mean, right here is probably not bad. It's just probably right in here.
Yeah,
There's not
right.
much there. Not much at all. This is a lot of saplings in this area.
Yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the road drops off pretty sharp
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, you can see
There's
in
a
this
culvert-
profile right here.
Culvert that comes
Right.
through. As far as where it is and how it lays out, it sits nice right there for so many things. It's just, it worked out really well.
Mm-hmm.
Is the transmission line somewhere in this general area, or is it off the property?
The right-of-way for that is behind my property.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, not even on this. It's 200 feet further down Thurston, approximately.
One thing we'll have to show, go back to that one. I don't know if he's planning on showing it right now, but we'll need it. We'll need an easement on that lot
For this,
for the drainage,
The
for
drainage
maintenance of
field,
the drainage, yeah.
yep, that was, again, it's an assumption. If that is an acceptable place
Yeah.
for it, then it would just require an easement.
Yep, okay.
No, that's probably a really good place for it because it keeps it away from both houses.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I haven't looked at one of these before, but it looks like some of these lots have boundaries that show.
That's the building envelope. That's this checkered line right here. That's the building envelope.
So why don't, what is it, this one? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But it's cut short because of the wetland. It comes here.
Yeah, it's right there. This is the slope too.
Yeah.
So what do you got? 520 to 510.
And that's,
Leach fields and wells are shown on here.
Those are your well radiuses.
Okay, yep, the circles,
And these are your leach
2K.
field areas.
the pinks.
yep.
Are they gonna need a cistern?
Oh, yes, they probably will. We'll have to check with Matt,
Yeah, that, I did try to reach out to Matt, haven't been able to.
with 8 houses, yeah.
The rough number goes between 30 and 60,000.
Okay, yeah.
Just, it depends on how it is designed.
I know there's a couple fire holes around there, and that was kind of the conversation I was gonna have with him. I
Well,
don't know
yeah,
if those are
that
usable or not.
might be hard to get one in there, right?
Oh, there, yeah.
Should the soils map be updated from 2005?
Oh, you mean the soil types map? That's from the
Well,
state, you
types,
mean?
I wouldn't think it changed too much, but
No,
how much more water or whatever's there.
well, he's got all the wetlands delineated.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of wet on the site itself.
No, it's either
It's all
side.
on the other
yeah.
sides.
Why is this well here?
That's my house.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I mean, it
I
looks
think it
good.
looks, I think it
Looks
looks
real
pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, go talk to Matt. You know, maybe like Fred was saying, adjust your buffer and see what Matt's looking for. I mean, everything looks pretty good. And he's even got the layout for the house lots.
yeah,
I mean, because that's pretty much where you're gonna put them. You've got test bits on every lot,
mm-hmm,
unless somebody wants to go crazy and change something, then they'll have to pay for it, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
He got a lot more done. Well, the reason he got a lot more done is because between the time that I made the appointment and now,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like
been,
5 weeks,
yeah, I was
6
just gonna
weeks.
say, yeah, you had
And
a,
he had the time, and I just said, keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
So what's the percentage of the slope from the road?
Coming off the road?
Yeah, from,
Let's see. You're only showing a 2% up,
all the way to the cul-de-sac?
no, 2% here, yeah, and then the +2 to this point, and
Yeah.
then -2 down to,
It's pretty flat.
Yeah, it's really flat road.
yeah,
He said it was between 2 and 3%.
That's good.
yeah, which is really good, yeah.
That's hard to do out here.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so,
You know, we could, like he said, we could have played with everything a lot more, but I live there.
mhm,
Well,
And I said I wanted to make sense and look.
well, no, I
You know, and
mean,
just,
to start playing with it costs you more money.
yeah.
That's all it does, it costs more money. I mean, like the road I'm building, everything's 8%, and the driveways are between 10 and 12.
oh, wow.
They're not quite as bad as the one further down, like Mount Delight, that I did some work on once, the one that goes. And that was, it's just before the power lines.
Yeah.
That one there, that was just like, I mean, that thing's like 18%.
Yeah, so I guess the next step would end up being a formal submittal.
Mhm.
We'd end up sending this to Keach Nordstrom for their engineering review, once he gets all the stuff done. And,
I mean, you got pretty much everything there.
yeah, it looks like,
Shouldn't be a lot of, I mean, unless we miss something completely, which I don't, the only thing we, like I said, you know, you need to do is figure out what kind of cistern Matt's looking for.
yeah,
And, where you'd wanna put it. Can that go in the buffer, Fred?
Cistern, yeah, probably could.
Yeah, right up at the corner of the road?
Yeah.
Because you don't wanna throw that down on the cul-de-sac,
No, you know, I know,
because that's gonna
the
screw up
one
the
that Jeff
drainage.
White did, I think it's in the buffer.
Yeah.
And what, it's right off the road.
Yeah, I remember that we, yeah, when he put that in, it's right up there.
So Mike, I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Timeline. Might be 6 months before Paul gets back to this. Is that problematic or not problematic?
No, first of all, you could submit it the way it is right now,
Oh, yeah.
okay? We already know that you're gonna need a cistern.
Yeah.
The only thing is that lot line adjustment, that's just basically him moving a line on the computer,
Right.
and you're with Matt, then our guy reviews it. I mean, technically, you can bring this in by yourself, okay? And, or if, your guy can come in, because right now, we've got a pretty good idea what you're looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was nothing that jumped out here
No, I
at
don't
all.
think so. Not with 2% grades.
No, that's nice, there's not too many roads in Deerfield that even,
Lester.
parking lot, never mind a road, a parking lot,
Yeah, right.
So you can, you can submit all that stuff now.
None of them are 3 acre
You can
lots.
talk to your engineer.
Must be
I
a
mean,
cluster.
basically, it's more of a adjustment thing for him. And then
How big is this?
even the cistern,
Well, it's just
you could get a set of plans from
36,
whoever you
new
decide to
area,
buy it from
23.37.
with engineered drawings. And you could locate on that, in the buffer,
And
saying
three would-
cistern area.
Would need 24 acres.
It would have to be probably just a little pull-off for the fire department to pull to, so it's close to the road, and just enough, it's just a minor easement.
And would, based on the past experience that we've had, we want to make sure that the cistern itself,
It's not
Is-
under the road, but,
well, yeah, right, but it's also, it's
Okay,
within
so
the,
7.10 acres
Becomes the town
of
owned.
this,
right.
previously, we allowed the- on an
2337 of
easement,
the open space.
and we had
People were
people
parking and stuff. yeah.
parking, putting boats in front of it.
Yeah,
and-
so that would have to be tied into the road,
Yeah,
but it could be in the buffer,
right, exactly.
because it's not building or anything, it's, you'd probably just about be in the 50-foot right-of-way with it almost.
Yeah.
The edge of it will be anyway,
Yep.
because they're just gonna wanna be able to whip in and hook up to it. What's the furthest point from the cul-de-sac back to the road? How many feet?
Let's see,
I have
One-
700, I don't know if that's accurate.
150,
150
139,
to 293,
289.
400,
Okay.
well, 500.
That's
500
not
from-
too bad.
500 in from Mount Delight.
Yeah, I mean, the only other place you could do it is put it in the beginning of the cul-de-sac in the middle to central locate it more, but
Yeah,
that would be the only other place you
Right.
could put it. But that's part of the drainage, the whole inside of the cul-de-sac
It's like
is
a
part of
catch
the drainage. It's gonna be a swale.
Yeah.
It's gonna be grading into the outlet.
it's the only thing there is that if he did put it, because it'd really be up to Matt to make,
Yeah, right.
make the decision, but if you put the cistern here, you'd have direct access to 4 of the houses or 5 of the
Yeah.
houses right there,
Right.
rather than running.
As
running
long as it
lines
doesn't screw up the drainage,
in. Yeah.
you know? I
Using
mean,
it for,
well,
this is running down, well, he's making this into a
that
swale.
whole thing catches the
Yeah.
water, the way it's graded.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Right,
talking about right there.
yeah.
The only other thing you could do is put it in like right here. Chunk off a little piece, tie it into the road right
Yeah.
here off of that lot. Because it's open space anyway,
Right,
and just put it right here and, there would have to be a sign saying it's town property.
Right.
Because what had happened in the past is that there was an easement granted on the lot and people were parking boats on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, here,
That's, to me, if I had, it, I mean, I just assumed it would be up in here.
yeah, well, you
because
wanna
it just
get,
makes the most sense.
yeah, it's the quickest place, the only other thing good about it here, Fred, is it could actually be used across the road
Across the
as
street,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it would be kind of a central location,
Mm-hmm.
so that if it's close there and they had to go get some water,
Yeah.
it would be right there. So, I mean, keeping it up front isn't bad either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's a driveway house here, there's a house up here. And then there's another
Well,
driveway.
The thing about it is because that's all hill up there, if they were up there, they would be able to get some water quick, if they needed it. Because, obviously, you know, you can do anything, but you just don't want water flowing across the top of the thing either.
Yeah.
Because then,
Well, I'll talk to Matt and see what his thoughts are on it. I was
Yeah.
hoping to get that conversation before right now.
yeah. I'm guessing he's gonna stay up here.
Yeah.
That's, because it will benefit more, I think it'll actually benefit more people out towards Mount Delight than it would be down just the cul-de-sac,
Yeah, from that standpoint.
you know? That way they can always pull the water out if they need it.
Oh, and you'll have to, we'll get the form for the name of the road.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I have one with me. I think they're on the, you could find one.
The selectmen have to approve the name of the road. As I was-
Yeah,
As I
that's
was,
something, but that would be,
wrapped my knuckles and reminded me of it.
yeah. Well, is that something that will be done after the public hearing, naming of the
Yeah.
road? Yeah, I would think so.
But I guess if you're gonna be, submitting the plans, you get the name of the road on there already, we probably should take and submit it to the selectmen.
Sure.
and-
Yeah, I assumed that there was a whole process for
Oh, yeah.
submitting it. I can put something on paper, but I realize it has to.
Here, I think this is the,
And I'm assuming this is a privately maintained,
No.
No.
Be a town road,
It'll be a town road.
it'll be a
'cause
town-owned road.
yeah.
No, but it looks like you get pretty much everything there.
Yeah.
And, probably he can do a lot of this stuff just with phone calls.
Yep.
Just for my information, I take it 142.3 is existing lot?
Yes,
It includes,
it is this,
This-
well, we're gonna do a lot line adjustment.
Yep.
For the most part, though, it's this 30-acre piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
understood. I was a little confused about the lot line adjustment, but
Mhm.
I understand.
Okay.
But yeah, waiting 6 months is, whatever, yeah.
I just took advantage of the fact that he had time this winter,
Yeah,
you know, and he said yes. But he worked with the dog to get this done
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, you're
Well,
in
it's-
pretty good shape, so I mean,
it looks pretty complete right now, so.
Yeah.
He thought so too, but like he said, just show him at the meeting and then we'll
Oh.
submit it to the
Tell him we'll probably
town guy.
should give us, I don't think he showed a profile, of this,
Of the swale.
of this whale, yeah.
is that there already? Or was he planning on building that?
I don't think
I
it
think
was
he's
there.
building, I
Okay.
think he's building it, yeah.
Okay.
So that's just,
Well, it's going along the grade line.
running along
Yes,
that contour,
you
yeah.
ran it along the grade
Yeah.
with a natural, where it should go naturally
Yeah.
almost.
And we get the riprap, because it has a little bit of a slope in there, so riprap going down into the wetland.
Just a question, does a project like this need alteration of terrain?
Oh, yeah, they'll get one, wouldn't it?
Well, we've got this, and we got that. It's what, it's 100,000 square feet?
Yeah. Yeah, because how big are the lots per se?
Because the lots don't
No, I know.
factor in.
So
The
what
lots are-
is that like what is that you're talking about?
Oh, you got a 50-foot right-of-way, and it's how long from beginning to the other side of the cul-de-sac?
Uh,
700 feet?
Yeah, probably.
So that's what, 35,000 square feet?
Yeah, sure, well below
Yeah.
100,000. But alteration of terrain is another state permit that you
Right,
you would
okay,
need.
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said we wouldn't need to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the lots are different.
Yep.
Yeah, and even with the swale, it doesn't put you close.
Yeah, because that was one of his things, that he said, if I have to do that, I'm not doing it for you.
So, no,
Not that bad.
No, if he's,
yeah, you're barely
I
40,000.
suppose you want this one back.
sure.
We'll probably keep one of them.
Yeah, you can keep
The
the one
colored
that's
one?
all drawn
Yeah.
on.
Just the one that Sylvia marked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I don't know, just so that you're aware, some of those lot lines might be adjusted slightly.
Oh, yeah, that's
That
fine.
was
That's fine.
like way back, and
Right.
then he did all this other work, and he tweaked things to make things.
They
work.
look pretty close.
They're pretty
Yeah.
close,
Right.
Yeah.
so.
I
I don't
mean,
have-
that lot on the end of the cul-de-sac still pretty much matches that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it might just be a little bit
Yeah.
here and there to make things work out number-wise.
Mhm.
I guess the shape of the cul-de-sac is a little bit different.
Might, that might be,
Yeah.
you know, when he got the design in the road,
Mm-hmm.
that determined a couple of things that he had to
Yeah.
change on the lot.
But yeah, all we need is just one copy of what you came in and presented to us, and then that just goes for the file.
Well, then it was worth him spending all that extra time getting to this.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like him. He's familiar with the land. and-
Well, that makes a difference,
And it was,
especially when he already has the topo.
yeah, and he knew all the markers were, and he didn't have to look hard.
Well, because you would have had to pay somebody else to do that, and he already has it.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Okay, this is all yours, I
It's all
guess.
mine here.
Yeah, that's yours.
Take that.
Yeah, I'll take that,
hold on to
put
that.
that in this file.
All right,
Okay.
3 minutes, we can do the next one. Yeah.
Oh, you can anyway,
Yeah,
because it's not,
yeah.
it's not a public hearing.
right.
Yeah. So you can,
Mrs. Fisher,
No.
you're next.
Hello?
Good.
hey, good, how are you?
So, I'm here today because we had purchased 45 North Road. And we're coming to next, we're starting renovations and we want to talk about.
Where's 45?
Oh, that was June.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the white
Yeah,
building.
okay.
So I'm gonna be in my office there, I have
Mhm.
these back there now, common corners, and I'm gonna be moving over to that building. So I'm here tonight to ask about, the parking lot, because we
Yeah.
want to redo the parking lot, we wanna make it larger, we wanna pave it.
That's a good idea.
And- Yeah, and have handicap and
Yep.
everything like that. So I'm here tonight to ask what the board needs from me for plans or specifications or things that we have to do to then do approval.
Well, so you have an idea of what you want to do, so you probably want to know how many parking spaces you want to mark out,
Right,
okay? So you want to show that on the plan, show where the handicap is.
okay?
Are you going to have to put in a handicap ramp?
Yes, we already have that in the plans.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you want to show that on there.
Yep.
And then, I think the line of sight's okay there,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
it dips a little bit down, so we,
I think you're
No,
fine.
but even still, when you pull out to the,
Yeah,
you can see pretty, that's pretty
Okay.
straight right through there.
Right.
So you're good there. And
Lighting,
lighting,
are you gonna put a sign up? Well, Jeannie had one there, right?
yeah, and Andy had. his
And
sign
Andy,
right in the
so you're
front,
gonna have
so
something
sign
similar
up.
in size?
Yeah, we're gonna have something similar in size.
Okay.
We just wanna have, just lights up to it, we're not
Yeah.
gonna have a fancy
okay.
lit up sign.
So you'd have this, you include the sign, detail on the
Okay.
sign and the plans.
And lighting in the parking lot we're gonna have.
Yeah, what lighting you're going to have, and make sure it's all directed down.
Okay,
Yeah, just towards the asphalt.
Cut-off lighting is what they
Yeah.
call it. Basically, what we're trying to minimize is any light pollution,
Yeah.
light going up into the
right.
And then, I guess, anything that you are going to do, and put it on the plan. I mean,
Okay.
so show your parking, the handicap ramp, show the sign. Actual total number of parking spaces.
Yeah, because we'd like to kind of have them marked out, so it's.
Yeah. And then,
Right.
Easier, yeah.
just be on the plot plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're gonna be extending your parking out towards
So
the,
what we'd like
the
to
river?
do is, I don't know if you're familiar, but there's one paved spot that comes right up along the side of the house.
On the
And
left
then-
side?
Yes.
On the right
right
side?
side if
Okay,
you look
yeah,
at the house,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's, right next to the house, there's one driveway that's
Yeah.
just a long paved one.
Mhm.
Right,
Then there's this little garden grassy area and then the dirt parking.
Right.
Right.
So we're looking to combine
oh, okay.
Okay,
all that.
So it's
Get
all
that
one
driveway
parking
into
lot.
one, yeah, because I don't think we can go too far back, more towards the wood line anyway,
well,
you know, the drainage and things like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, we want to have like one parking lot. And then I don't know if there's any specifications that we need to have for just one entrance in and out. Do you know if that's something that has to do with the
Yeah, I mean,
state?
I
That would be
State
DOT,
permit?
yeah,
that's a state permit.
right.
Okay.
So will that additional paved area require any kind of stormwater runoff?
Well, that's what I was just gonna say,
It might, depending on how
on
big it is.
when you present the plan, show where the water is gonna drain, and, so you can see, I guess, I don't know to what extent we need calculations, but more of, we need at least maybe a level spreader,
Yeah.
because the water is gonna go to the back.
Right,
Just, so something on the end of the parking lot that's gonna catch the runoff.
Okay.
Show where you're gonna plow the snow,
Okay.
right.
and just so that when the water runs off the asphalt, that it doesn't just make a beeline to the river, it has to kind of
Right. Yeah.
settle out a little bit.
Okay.
Right.
That's basically a level
Yeah.
spreader. If you were guessing, how many parking spaces do you think you're gonna get? And you don't, I'm not holding you to it.
I think we would probably like 15, is that what you're thinking? 12?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably all you're gonna get there anyway.
In there, one or two
Yeah.
handicap
Yeah.
spots on the 10. I think it is coded right now for, I don't know what, right, 11, but I don't know how you park 11 in that funny dirt. thing.
No,
just
it's
not.
pretty, would be
That would
pretty
be pretty
tight.
tight.
Yeah, so that's why we want.
That would be like college parking.
So we want to have it a little easier if people drive in, and it's like, oh, there we go. Just
So-
have a little-
No, that's, yeah, just put as much information as you can possibly put on it you think we need to know,
Okay,
all right?
okay,
Because it just makes it easier for you,
okay.
because then we don't have to, oh, can you come back and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
whoever you have draw it up, tell them to show where the water's gonna go, show a basic level spreader. Obviously, if, we get the floods, it's not gonna matter,
Spreader.
what that is basically is a long swale
Okay,
that's level, and the water comes off the pavement, flows into that, and then it just,
It's a time to
Uniformly.
disperse.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so just a total damage.
Yeah.
Right,
Someone's
right.
property and or the river.
Right.
exactly.
Wonderful. And then my other question is, so we'll do the plan, then we set up another meeting where I would bring the plans?
Yeah,
do
or
we
you
have
can,
to do it on another
talk to
meeting?
you and Sylvia maybe before,
Yeah.
to make sure?
I think that would work, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
We have them and-
they can pick up some stuff so that you
Yes.
don't waste your time coming here, because they'll pick it up.
Okay.
She doesn't have to have a formal hearing.
Yeah,
She's-
exactly.
It's just a,
And
she-
then
well,
this
yeah,
date,
she
do we
would.
do that
Yeah, I think
is
so.
this, so what do we do, are we calling this? I mean,
It's a site plan.
For
amended site plan?
driveway?
Amended, yeah.
Okay, so she would have to.
You must
have-
already have
Well,
a
she would have
state
to submit
permit
another
from Jeannie
application.
having
in other
it,
words,
so
the
I would
butter
just
notices and so forth.
Yeah.
get a copy
Change
for
it.
your
Okay, I wasn't
file.
certain if she'd
We're
have to
not
go.
really changing it, but she's adding.
Right.
So it's not a change of use, really,
Yeah.
no. So, yeah, that, you can have that done, and Cam or Sylvia can help you before. Go ahead.
There's one thing the Lamprey River Commission would appreciate. I served on it for a number of years, and they'd like to be assured that people aren't putting salt into the river and so forth, so when you do your parking lot. So you might want to just call somebody, if they want to come up and see if a way can be done so that you won't get pollution into the river.
And that's the Lamprey River
Commission,
Advisory committee.
Advisory
Advisory
Committee.
Commission.
Yeah, we don't approve that.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Actually, the school does the worst. Couldn't get them to do what we want.
Okay. All right, I think, and like I said, Cam and Sylvia can certainly help you
Okay.
with
When you get to the-
any issues that you might have.
Okay.
The application and, that would have to be submitted, and we can set up a date and
Okay.
notify abutters and so forth.
Right.
All right.
Do you have the application?
We don't have any applications at this point.
It's for a site plan review, but it will be amended.
Be amending the existing one that Jeannie had prepared,
Okay.
so you'd be taking that and making your changes to that.
Now
Okay.
is that,
You'd have it, it's on the website, I don't know if I have
okay.
I don't think I have an extra copy here, but, oh, here I do, yes, I do. Yeah. But when you fill, you can bring it in when you meet with Sylvia and Cam.
Yeah, they can go
And
through
they
it.
can go through
They
everything
can go
with you.
through with,
So have the plans and this
yeah, yes,
to bring to you?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah. And then we can set up a date, if they're
Okay.
okay with everything, we can take it from there and do the formal hearing.
Okay.
And we're not that, I'm not gonna say it now, we're not that busy right now, but, so it shouldn't be months, I mean, once you
Okay.
get it in, it probably
Yeah,
be,
it's
probably be
quick as you can do
two or
it.
3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to notify and, yeah,
Right, to then get the hearing.
yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you all for your time.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Have a good night.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta wait a few minutes.
Gotta wait for this one, yeah. Okay, we did this. Did you want to act on that, request from Sylvia to consider adopting a review fee?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I don't know if we need to do a hearing on that or not.
Oh, I don't think we ever had a hearing not to adopt one.
Yeah, right,
It was just something you said, that
yeah.
it's part of the application, anyway, it's just
Yeah,
that
that's true.
it's on there anyway, you know, because I think they've been using the application for what? For subdivision? And that's part of it.
Right,
Town planner fee is what
Right.
she wants to put on. So I don't see why we would, kind of took it off without,
yeah, so, yeah, we could put it on there.
okay.
You want me to make a motion, Mr. Chairman?
Certainly.
Make a motion to include a town planner review fee on conditional use permits, which could be waived, I guess, by the board if
Yeah.
if it's not a complicated application.
Yeah.
And you want, in the amount of what, 500?
That's what currently.
In the amount of
that's-
500.
Yeah.
Is that no matter what fee or like a minimum? So like, if you only use 250, they.
Oh, yeah, it would
Oh,
end
yeah,
up-
the
right, okay,
balance,
just-
yeah, anything not used goes back to
Right,
the
I just want to,
applicant.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's fine.
Do we have a second on that?
Don't you want to have that as a graduated fee for, I mean, say
Well, no, because
somebody is
it's going to
doing
go
it-
by, that's just the minimum.
It varies, depending on
If they
how
go
much
over
time.
500,
Yeah.
there would be additional.
Right.
It goes into an escrow account, and once the town planner has submitted a bill, Southern New Hampshire is paid, and then if there's anything left, that goes back to the applicant.
Right.
So they
So-
set 500, but it
But if-
seldom is 500.
If it were to go over,
Then, yeah. well,
then there would be
Additional
additional,
billing.
Right.
additional billing. But if they don't use 500, the rest gets returned.
Right, exactly.
Several towns do that, and they call it a $500 retainer. and
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
That way they understand that
Yeah.
this is just a retainer, we could go more.
yeah. Well, it's usually
Nobody's
explained.
upset at you when it goes
Yeah.
600.
Yeah.
So we need a second.
Need a second on that, yeah.
I second.
okay. All those in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Okay. Got that off there. That's been on there for a while. Okay, and Fred's gonna go visit Tebow's.
Yeah, probably do it on Sunday, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, it's gonna be a little miserable Saturday morning
Yeah,
and Friday. We're talking about inch and a half rain.
yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good time to go visit.
In the rain, yeah.
Well,
Well,
if
you
you're
can just
looking
do a
for
drive-by and see if it's moving.
erosion,
Yeah.
is it erosion
Yeah.
control?
Well, no, well, it's gonna check the erosion and also the stone bounds, because,
Yeah, you said they were a little loose the last
yeah,
time.
if you can kick it and it moves, then
That's not good,
that's not good,
especially if you wanna set something up on it.
right?
You just gotta wait the technical 5 minutes.
just in case somebody shows up. Okay, we got all that done.
Has Steve sent anything or everything? Is
Steve?
Rollins?
No, I haven't,
Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. That was my fault.
Fred's been working.
Jane gave me all the information, and I forgot to print it off tonight.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
He hasn't called for it.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure.
There.
We're good on that then?
I'll run it off and drop
Okay.
it off.
Okay.
I heard that somebody wanted to start composting
On Brown Road?
deceased animals.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Well, the selectmen held a hearing on, last Monday night,
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
15th, yeah.
and, so they haven't voted on whether they're gonna lease the land to them or not. But they would still have to come into us for
So
site plan.
is it going to be at the dump?
Yeah. Yeah.
And did they have methods and all that stuff?
Yeah, they provided information with regard to the procedure, and you lay in a layer of wood chips. you
Yeah.
Put the deceased animal on the top. You mix that with, you cover it with wood chips from a horse stall. So that gives it
Yeah,
bacteria and stuff, and then
Yeah.
you cover it with, I don't know, another 2 or 3 feet of clean wood chips,
okay,
and check back in 3 months.
okay. So that would come before us?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we,
I've
that's,
reminded them a couple of times that
Okay.
has to come before us, but we figured that we should have them come before the selectmen, and have the selectmen make the decision
yeah,
if they're gonna lease it.
then,
Then they go out and hire their engineer.
and get plans and,
right.
okay. Okay,
Do you know, Fred, if there are similar operations around that could be checked to see if that
I'm
process
sure
is working?
they probably have that information, I would assume.
Yeah, they had gone to a class put on by the state of Maine, and so they picked up information there. The Department of Agriculture, the New Hampshire Department of Agriculture has a policy with regard to best management practices with regard to old animal composting. And, but I don't know any specific ones that are nearby. One of the things some of the abutters were concerned with, and rightfully so, was potential odors coming from this. And what they don't do is they don't turn the pile at all.
It just leave
It's
it.
static. And,
That's why they use the stall
yes, right,
cleaning.
right.
That's what it starts it.
Right, exactly. So, the temperature has to get up to 130 degrees.
Before anything starts.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
but they have to maintain 130 degrees for 3 days
To get it.
to tell them that it's
Work.
worked,
That's my phone.
so,
Yeah, because they use compost piles to actually heat water,
oh, yeah.
so. And go
But there
from
was
there.
one of the abutters was concerned about a composting operation in Fremont, I think he said. And it's a regular composting, so they turn the pile, and what you can end up getting a real strong ammonia smells from that when you
Yeah.
turn the pile. So,
Okay. So,
yeah, they'll be into us at some
Again.
point, assuming the selectmen vote to give them the lease.
What would be the service area for the animals that might go there?
I guess
Anywhere?
anywhere around here, yeah.
Seems like there'd be a limit to the quantity of, that they could accept with the space.
Well, they were talking about leasing 5 acres and only, only clearing 1 acre for their operation. And I had reminded the selectmen that we should end up having a site restoration bond from them too, for that 1 acre.
Yep.
So that if they decide they're gonna close
Pack it
up
in.
shop,
Yep.
that we have something to make sure that they restore it.
Okay. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Application for a public hearing for a minor subdivision for John and Jacqueline Berry on Ridge Road.
And these are the,
Okay.
I'm gonna pass them out.
In accordance with RSA 676:4, you are hereby notified that John and Jacqueline Berry of 51 Ridge Road, Deerfield, New Hampshire, will make an application for public hearing to consider approval of a minor subdivision for property located on Ridge Road, Deerfield, New Hampshire, identified as tax map 414, lot 91, consisting of 37.4 acres owned by the applicants. The intent of the application is to create one new lot consisting of 32 acres, 32.39 acres, leaving the existing farmhouse on 5.01 acres. This property was granted a variance on September 27th, 2016 to allow lot 91-3 to be created with 125 feet of frontage. The formal application will be submitted to the planning board of the town of Deerfield on Wednesday, April 24th, 2019 at 8 p.m. at the George B. White Building. The board will consider acceptance, and if accepted, the board will hold a public hearing at the time. You are invited to attend and offer your comments. If you are unable to be present, the board will accept your comments in writing and read them aloud at the hearing. Thank you. All right. So we want to make a motion to accept.
You say all the fees have been paid and everything? Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the application.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor of accepting the application?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. This gives us a window to go over everything and see what happens. Okay? And you must be,
Well, for the record and for the folks at home, my name's Kevin Hatch.
Okay.
I'm a licensed land surveyor and
Okay.
owner of Cornerstone Survey Associates over in Chester.
okay,
The project you have in front of you tonight is up at the Berry's home, which is at 51 Ridge Road. This is big old farmhouse up on top with Lang Road, the old classics road running down along one side here.
yep,
You get out there a little further, there's an old broken bridge, and then it becomes a driveway, usable road again, further out. But the property that we're looking at, as you took my whole intro away from me by reading that. So, it's pretty simple and straightforward. The Berries live up here at the farmhouse. Their desire is to build a new house right out in the middle of 32 acres. There's an old access road that goes down in. He's freshened it up and has it as a driveway down into this area where he's desiring to build. So in order to do that, what we needed to do is cut the farmhouse off with 5 acres. And we've gone to the zoning board, we've granted a variance, even though the property has enough frontage for 2 lots, that big old farmhouse is in the way, so we slid it over to the side. This new 32 acre lot will have 125 feet of frontage. This property, basically on sheet 2, you'll see the topography slopes.
Is that the old Maloon farm?
Will be in.
Okay.
Oh, that's the argument for the question.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, I thought you were gonna be.
The property slopes away from Ridge Road, obviously Ridge Road, hence the name. Everything slopes away from the ridge.
Yep.
There's a couple of brooks down in at the bottom in here. Their desire is to build up in kind of a higher portion overlooking down into the brook ravine there. There are a couple other wetlands on the property, so we did delineate the wetlands on that to make sure we had a good building envelope there. The building envelope that they're looking at is, for 7 acres of dry land. So there's enough room there. We've gone and done test bits to check all the soils, we've got room for on-site well, on-site septic system. The farmhouse, of course, also has a septic system and well. Pretty straightforward. The new lot lines are shown here as lines up and out. We set the missing corners, the new ones that weren't there. We did get out there and get lot corners set for them. Most of the others were in the RSL plan from 90s, maybe, I'm not sure exactly. It had been surveyed previously, so good point to start with.
Does the well still have the sewer line going through it?
Well, the sewer line going through the well?
Yeah,
Okay, I haven't heard this story. This sounds
oh, yeah,
That well,
the
next
dug
to
well,
the house was discontinued use before
Okay.
we purchased it.
that's where it was.
Okay.
Had a 4-inch vitrified clay pipe, went
Right through the well.
right through the top of the well.
Hey, you know,
What could possibly go on with that?
well, you know, they were saving on the digging. You actually have a USGS disc on the property?
It's on the property, yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
That's a really good benchmark.
Somebody just recently cataloged it because they painted around it. and
Yeah.
they Painted markings in the road.
huh,
So that was last year, somebody came by.
Well,
Yeah.
it's good because what happens sometimes is they lose them.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to find the ones around my house.
You know one near your house?
Yeah, there's one that's supposed to be really close. I think it disappeared, like, with a bulldozer. I mean, I know there's one down on the bridge, right by Dudley Road, but.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna use the existing roadway to go back to the lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, it's all one lot, to the building location.
Yeah, it's one lot.
Okay, and is there already culverts in?
Yep, those were old farm crossings down in there. There was access there for generations.
How good a condition is that roadway?
He's actually freshened up the gravel down through there. Last time I was out there, I'm like, wow, this is actually kind of nice.
I mean, fire truck accessible?
Yeah, he'll need a turnaround down at the bottom, so that the fire truck obviously doesn't have to back up through there, but, when we get the septic design, get Rick to take a look at that, make sure that we got room to get a truck around. He does have a site down in there that he's actually got I don't know, whether he has a building permit yet, but, talking with the building inspector.
You've got a
he's
cleared
a
area
barn.
already?
Yeah, and he's got a barn that he wants to put up down there
Mhm.
also, so
Yeah, that was
it's a
permit
significant
for the
area
barn.
Yeah.
that he's got room to turn around and back up out of there.
So the delineated building envelope's almost 7 acres?
Well, the dry area, the building envelope's probably half that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's relatively flat out there, even though it's on a slope.
Down at the building site, it's pretty good.
Yeah, because
Inside, it's good, perfect for
1
a
inch
lot
is,
line,
1 inch is
because
100 feet, so, you know, and you're only dropping 10 feet and 100 feet, that's not bad.
Cam's thing too, yeah.
Like you were saying earlier for Deerfield. you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
And Sylvia didn't have many comments.
Cam's.
Yeah, no, felt that it was pretty straightforward. We wanted to just note that, considering some drainage problems in the planning board's recent history, we just wanted to, note that this is between two wetlands and just something for the planning board to consider.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, that's about it from us.
Yeah, everything looks pretty all set here.
Pretty basic.
Yeah. Let's see, so we'll need a certificate of monumentation that you've set your
I actually,
You only got one point to set, or two.
because I actually labeled it right on the Mylar, so if you look, if you like that, if you want a separate bound certification, I'll give you that too.
Yeah, give us that.
Okay.
But that's about the only thing I see.
Yeah, I mean, you're like me, you don't want anybody around you.
Exactly, thank you very much. You've been running a rooming house for 14 years now.
Well, I have all my kids are at home.
I just wanna live with him and the bunny, that's it.
I'll make a motion to grant conditional approval, subject to a monumentation certification, and that's it, I guess. And how long would take you to give us a certification on that?
I'll drop it off in the morning, but I'll leave you the Mylar tonight, so I don't have to run back up with that if you want.
Well, we can
Sounds
say,
good
what,
to me.
30 days, or?
Yeah, you can sign
You need, we'll give you 30 days. That will obviously be enough.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
They won't let me go 30 days.
Okay.
I don't know whether you want to fool with signing it now, or I'll leave it, but it's up to you.
You won't be signing, well, he's got to sign it, and it won't be for 2 weeks unless you do it today.
Oh, I can sign it today.
Yeah, you could sign it.
I can sign it.
Just sit on it until you get the.
Until I get the
Yeah,
certification,
I
yeah.
can sign it.
Yeah.
It's actually,
Yeah,
it is conditional, but it's,
yeah. I mean, she's gonna have the plans and
Yeah.
Rick will know and,
Yeah, I won't go to
'cause
the
that's-
registry with it until I get the,
yeah, so I mean, once that, Rick's all set and you guys can get your permit.
okay.
need a second on that.
Yeah, we need a second now, yeah.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Me.
thank you. Grab the pen.
Yeah, let me find a pen.
This is black, but it's real fine. I have, this is,
You got one?
yeah, it's really fine.
I have a couple with me if you want to.
Oh, no, I'm okay with this. I can,
My
All
regular,
right, that was good.
my
Thank you.
regular one was getting a little fussy.
all right,
so I
sign, throw them right in here. Thank you. Yeah,
Are you Sylvia,
Well, I'm
No.
Jane. Sylvia's
She's Jane.
works-
Sylvia's not here tonight.
Sylvia's not,
okay.
because he doesn't have good face recognition, and I wasn't.
Oh,
with
no,
them.
I'm Jane. Sylvia did meet with you, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
No, Jane Boucher,
yeah.
that's my maiden name.
Oh, is it really? Oh,
Yes,
maybe we're
yes, I
related.
see it on- You're the Jane B that's on Birch.
Yes,
You go by
yes,
your
yeah,
house
I,
often.
yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
I thought it was funny to have somebody with the Boucher
Your
name.
face
Yeah.
looked familiar, so I thought, okay, maybe that's who I met in the office. Once I turn around, it's like, I don't,
Don't worry,
she
that's
asks me all
fine.
the time, what she look like, what do you look like?
There's this one. We need
Whenever
another
we go
one?
places,
Another Mylar?
Yeah, we'll need,
comes along, I'll
do
say,
you, can you
"How
bring
is
another
this
Mylar?
Jane over
Okay,
here?"
yeah, because we'll need one more.
So that
We'll
I'm
need
his
two, so
memory.
And-
as long as I have one to bring,
Yeah,
yeah, as long as I
print
have,
through and then put one right in my drawer.
okay,
Think of it.
not a problem.
as long as I have one to bring
Yeah.
to the registry with his signature, that's what I, but you can bring another one you got.
All right.
Certification.
What else we got to go over
Oh, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
here? I'm good.
Now, you got a little bit of a bottle
good.
of ambition and stuff.
I got plenty of stuff to do.
No, but if you want to give me a bottle, I'll appreciate it. I said, if you want to give me a bottle of ambition for the morning, be good.
We're gonna go out and look for bottles of ambition.
Bottles of ambition.
So that we
I gotta get 2 cars to the garage for inspection. My pickup truck to the garage for their inspection and the car to the.
Okay, thank you, bye-bye.
93 today, driving by the low side, you know, looking
Yeah.
up to where all the complexes.
It's funny.
The Morton Building. and
When
all
I
that.
was selling real
Down at the
estate
bottom of that hill,
and I was coming to
there's a
Deer
catch
Hill and
basin
selling
outside.
houses
It's
for
got a
a
casement
little
around it.
Yeah, just drop it off, I'll be in at some point tomorrow,
down
but I
through the woods in a
I'll get
pipe or
into the
something and
registry early next
Blow
week.
up out of the ground. If you ever drive
Yeah,
by
okay,
at home,
yeah, it'll
you
be,
have
it'll
to
be
look
within a week
after you
anyway.
cross over the
Yeah.
river.
And
So I'll get that done, okay, thank you.
Maybe
It's like a paved thing down in there.
for
And I've I've never really
veterans,
noticed it.
disabled
really?
veterans.
Oh, nice.
But this big grate in there.
And they must
I'm
have
like,
bought
wow.
I
it.
didn't know that.
When they built that
They
place,
must
and
have
that was
bought it
built,
from
what, in the
her.
early 70s?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Late 60s, early 70s?
in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been there
probably-
40 years anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going like, wow, did they put a pipe in at like 25% to let the water come down and go? But they paved so it runs into the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Huh.
paved,
Let me check that out, because I hadn't noticed that.
yeah, when you're driving home sometime.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, so as soon as you cross over and you start, ready to start coming up
Yep.
towards, what's that, east side?
Yeah, right, East Side Drive, right.
Yeah. So right, you start going up that slope a little bit.
As you start
down-
going up,
Yeah, 'cause it's where the fill really starts to get
Yeah,
high,
yeah.
but down in the bottom of that steep slope coming from the buildings,
mm-hmm,
I was like, I was looking over there and I couldn't stare too much, but I was like, wow, did they put drainage down that hill?
I hadn't really thought of it, but there is obviously a lot of paved,
It's all flat up there.
Yeah, and a lot
So the
of
water's
paved
gotta go
area.
somewhere,
exactly.
but, I have things to do. Are everybody okay?
Do we have anything else?
Pete, I have one thing under unfinished business.
Okay,
I got the planning board policies and procedures
yeah,
for meetings, and it was last revised in 2012.
yeah,
And I went through it, and there's a few changes I think could be made,
okay.
so maybe we can discuss it.
I'll
Are you gonna,
I'll send copies to everybody,
Okay,
okay,
and so.
and
we'll
can you
have-
highlight the things that you wanna talk about?
On what she's gonna send you?
No, what the actual, what it is right now.
This is what it is right now, is what I'll send you.
Right,
But she
but you
has-
already have it, that you want
Yeah,
to review?
I had Jane make a copy
Okay.
tonight, so she could give everybody
Okay.
a copy.
So you can go over it at the next, I'll
Right,
put it
but
on the
there
agenda.
are some things in particular that you want to go over?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just, so when we come
I'll go
in,
through it
and then highlight it, and we can
Yeah,
go over
I
it.
can highlight and bring it in, Jane, and you can highlight what you're gonna
yeah,
send them.
yeah, that's fine. I'll send you what I have next, so for the next meeting. The only appointment we've got right now is, which is probably gonna be a long one, is Mr. Frankowitz wants to come in. And he has revised some plans that he'd like to go over. This is Nicole McCarron.
Mr. Cole,
oh,
Oh, that's what I mean. It might be,
Yeah,
see, so far, that's the only appointment
Yeah.
I have,
okay.
it could be well.
yeah. But I won't have any public hearings because it's over the due date.
Oh, are we done?
I think so. You'll get it, you want a
Make a
motion?
Make-
Motion to adjourn? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.